Is the new upcoming MMO Palia worth playing? Today we are going to have a look at the game and have a look at the review of someone. So let's see.
Palia, the game I've been absolutely hooked on for this past week. What is it about? Well, let me tell you. I personally really love open world games. The freedom they give you, the stories
Looks
you
nice.
unfold, trying your best to survive in an unfamiliar landscape. It's like entering a brand new world and being able to do anything you want.
And that's the beautiful part that I also love about MMOs. You could just walk around, do whatever you want, and you have like a lot of freedom. Like, it's crazy. Like, the same with, like, for example, World of Warcraft. Like, you can pick whatever zone you want, do like a time walking there or something, right? Walk around. Some MMOs have like housing systems. And yeah, if you look at like those graphics, they're a little bit like, I don't know, I get like Fortnite vibes somehow. At first I thought like, hey, isn't that like Genshin Impact? But it reminds me for some reason more of like Fortnite or something. Maybe it's because of the character model, kind of. It looks like a freaking Fortnite character running around, sort of, right? And this is also like freaking Fortnite. Is this a Fortnite MMO?
Almost anything. Where does Palia sit on this scale? Well, Palia is a cozy open-world MMO
The door's
game
open for
that's set
you.
in the fantasy world where humans are a rare species that have
What?
descended upon Kalima Village, or Kalima Village, however you want to say it. Upon being reborn, we are greeted by a scientist named Gina. Gina is the key to discovering what happened to the humans and their history. But
Is that an
first,
elf?
you must acquaint yourself with the friendly Majari in the village, which are like elf-like people who live in the magical world of Palia. Being a new citizen in the village, you must forge your own path, help the villagers with quests, get to know them, and you can even romance them. But you must
What?
first prove yourself. In Palia, you get started off with your own housing plot, which you can expand over time, build houses, and decorate to your heart's content.
wish we had this in
Furniture
WoW.
crafting is actually a skill in the game you'll need to improve to unlock things like the loom to be able to
Wow.
make gliders in the future. Yes, that's right, gliders! And yes, they are pretty
Fortnite style.
awesome. There are many other skills in the game you'll also need to improve to unlock progressions such as fishing, mining, gathering, cooking, hunting,
like the
gardening,
animations.
and even insect catching. All of these activities are
Wait, what? You can go hunting with a bow, get some meat, cook something, and not only that, you can do freaking like watering like flowers for like herbs and stuff. I actually love the way it's designed here. Like, look at this. It's not just you go to a place and press a button and then it says wait for 2-3 days. No, you're actually doing some sort of animation with your character where the water actually gets to the plants, and then like, is there like a random chance they grow to the next stage, or is it like a fixed time or something? But that does look nice. Like, I love this because it's not so boring. Like, some games, yeah, you have also like gardens and stuff, and you place there something, or you place an order or so, right? And then it says you have to wait for 2-3 days or for some hours and it's done or something, right? But here you're actually doing it like manually with your character. There are animations with it. It's not just a place you interact and it opens a window. No, you're actually doing it. That's so cool.
and even insect catching.
Insect
All of
catching.
these activities are pretty vast. Like with the fishing, you can get lots of different types of fish depending on the bait you use, and some of those special fish can
I
be
like the
used in an
animation so
altar,
far.
much like Stardew Valley where you have the town hall and you donate items to complete rooms. Palia has something similar to that, so you donate your items there and you can get something out of it.
Does it have
They
a
also
class
have a similar
system?
system a lot of survival crafters use out there of improving your tools. So in Palia, you start off with a basic set of tools, and then you can upgrade them to improve, then copper, then iron, and then pallium. You get the gist.
Yeah, just like
Now,
with
earlier
WoW,
I
right?
was
That's the
mentioning
same
that this
with
is an
crafting.
MMO game, and you might be wondering how that comes into play. In this game, you can invite friends, create parties, and make communities that are like having a clan. You have instance-based servers which cap out at 25 players, so when you travel to new areas, you'll be in different servers without having to choose servers, if you catch my drift. Some activities in Palia require you to have multiple people, such as when you get Pallium tier,
For some reason I think
you
of New
will
World
need
now.
help to cut down flow trees. Flowwood is used to craft Pallium tools, and
No fall
that is
damage.
an essential part of crafting Pallium tools and some things up on that tier. That, and you might want to consider doing some multiplayer things.
Wait, but if you do this with like others, so this is like a group right there together, I guess. Wait, I don't see a group window. Where's the group window? Doesn't it have one? Maybe those are just random players, they're not in group, because usually you see like they are pictures here or something, right, on the side. So is it better if you do this together? Maybe, yeah, it's faster. So, but how is it like shared then? So everyone gets like 1/3
of crafting, Palia tools, and some things up on that tier. That, and you might want to consider doing some multiplayer things such as cooking, as it is way more beneficial in a group than solo, and resource gathering can also be shared across to other players. So if I was to pick up some rare spices, my teammate could also pick up the very same rare spices. But if we were to farm all together, then we would only have to smack the ore node once each, and we'd be able to get the same resources out of the same rock together. Now, multiplayer activities like this can have its ups and downs. So far, because it's quite busy on the server, as it's quite a brand new game in beta, finding people to help you chop down some flow trees isn't a problem at all. But I can see this being a problem when the population calms down a bit. There aren't too many activities that require people, but you get the idea. If you can't find people, then you cannot progress. It'll be interesting to see how they handle this later on in the game's lifetime. Palia is also one of those that could do with a little extra substance between questing for the NPCs. There's been a few times which I've been unsure on what to do, but you pretty much just need to keep chatting up all the NPCs to get more quests. One thing I'd definitely like to see with the NPCs is having an actual voice-acted dialogue. It can be really hard at times to read out the amount of dialogue they have,
it's already in beta,
especially when you're talking to the
yet.
entire village. So
I don't think we're getting this here, because if this is not alpha, this is beta, she said, right? So if it's like already beta and there's no voicing, I don't think they have enough time to do this until the release. But let's see. Like, if this was alpha and I see all the NPCs have no voice yet, okay, I understand. It's just alpha. But beta, that's like the last phase basically before the release, right?
Especially when you're talking to the entire village, so a lot of the time you can just skip through it and whatever else, because it's just so much to read, but it's also having lots of interesting stories in there, so you're kind of missing out. So having some voice acted dialogue would be really nice. What will Palia cost to get? Absolutely nothing.
No, not again.
And if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description.
Oh no, I thought you pay for it at least once, or it's like with subscription. Oh, free-to-play games, they always have a catch, because they are not really free-to-play. Alright, I will have a look at the other part, and then I will explain you guys why free-to-play games are not free-to-play, and there's always a catch, and I will explain.
However, I will fully give you a heads up, it does have an in-game cash shop for cosmetics. Currently it is just outfits for sale, but it's very clear that they've put a lot of work into their cash shop, and they definitely have hired someone for strategizing on it. Their cash shop is also very expensive. I've seen single outfits in there costing up to $20.
Okay, I can already mention this, we don't need to wait, because I can clearly see this here from the pricing. So why are F2P free-to-play games not for free? Because they often restrict you with something. It could sometimes also be like leveling progress is like either super slow and you actually need to invest money if you want to maximize your character within just a few weeks or a few months. Otherwise you're leveling for half a year or a year or something. At least with Lost Ark it was like crazy slow, right? But if you invest money it's like faster. And sometimes there's also pay to win in it, where they're like extremely good items or crafting materials where you can upgrade your weapons or something that you barely get in game, or sometimes almost not at all, or you're never lucky, but you can buy them in shops so your character gets stronger. That's clearly pay to win. And sometimes like there are like no cool outfits or mounts or anything in game, and everything comes from the shop. And they're almost like forcing you to buy something nice looking, because in game you cannot find anything cool, or the mounts are very boring, but in shops they have like freaking flame effects or something. And I think what is healthy when you have like a in-game shop is if you have, let's say, a blue flame mount in the shop, right? Or a blue suit in the shop, but you can get a red one or black one from in-game achievements or something. Or maybe you get like the green flame one from game, blue flame one from shop or something. So it's just an extra, but you're not at a disadvantage, or you look stupid if you don't buy it from the shop. And yeah, I don't know, are they selling later on zones, expansions? Is it really like with certain upgrades? Maybe if you spend money you get some coins when you do a dungeon. This is like with Diablo Immortal the case, where actually you can pay money so you get better dungeon loot, like an upgrade for the drops, right? For the boxes you get or something. So yeah, this is just better. So maybe they will add some more stuff in the cash shop that's like pretty pay to win. And this is why I don't like free to play games. I love the old design where you just buy a game for like $50-$60 and then you play it. Each year or so there's an expansion you have to buy for another $30-$40 or more, or you pay every month like $11-$12 and you have a subscription and you just pay the game. I think this is way better. You just pay every month like your $12 and you get like everything you want. There might be like a little extra in the cash shop, but nothing super important. It's like that with World of Warcraft. Like, sure, there's some cool outfits and mounts in the shop, but in game there are really good looking transmogs you can farm, so you don't even need to buy anything in the shop. You're not required to. And leveling is fast, so you don't need a boost.
For strategizing on it.
Yeah,
the cash shop is also
like
very expensive. I've seen single outfits in there costing up to $20, which is like a price for a full game itself. It also only takes credit card, unfortunately, right now. So even if you did want to spend money in there, your options are very limited. So if you don't want to pay with your credit card credentials, well, you're out of luck because there is no other way to pay. You cannot use PayPal. You cannot use other things like that. You can only use your credit card information, which I really don't like putting into games. So I will not be spending any money just for that fact right there. But this could be changed in the future. It might just be something for beta right now, as is a closed beta, and they are slowly letting people through with codes, and then this will transition into an open beta where more people will be able to join. And I imagine in the full release of the game you'll probably see something a little different, or well, I hope so, because that's kind of like stabbing themselves in the foot like that. I will tell you though, I have put in near 40 plus hours into the game and I have not spent a single dime on it. So I've been able to play and enjoy the game without feeling pressurized to spend money, and I hope it stays that way, as that can really ruin a game for me a lot of the time. One thing I do suspect going forward, is that they do have...
That's why I stopped playing a lot of games. Genshin Impact got me out because if you spend money, your character gets actually stronger because you can have those cards, right? It's a gacha game. And once I remember I pulled a character twice. And I have like this very strong special skill. It does like decent damage. And when I pulled the character again, I had 2 charges and then the cooldown starts. And I suddenly had almost 20% more DPS. And I know a lot of players that don't have this character twice and they are required to spend money to get this character twice. And they gain 20% more DPS. Can you imagine that? That's super pay to win. So I was out of Genshin Impact. Like, oh, sorry, but guys, I don't want to spend money to get 20% more DPS. It's dumb. Lost Ark. Like, people start the game with me, they spend money, and they level 3-4 times faster than me, get better gear, because they spend money. I'm like, what the heck? So if I'm like a no-life person, spend 12 hours a day playing a game, I only get as far as someone that plays just a week but spends money in 2 months, for example. Like, I play hardcore for like 2 months, many hours, and I'm as far as someone is in 1-2 weeks with spending money. That's not good. I don't like that. So those 2 games were not interesting for me, so I got out of them, right? So I hope it's not like that here.
A few time-gated things, such as when I built my first house, it took 8 hours to craft, which is fine because I can go and do other things or leave it overnight, but I can imagine them being tempted to put speed-up timers on things like this for the cost of currency, which would be a huge turn-off for a lot of players, including myself. All this being said, Palia so far has been really enjoyable of a game to play. Me and my friends have been absolutely hooked on it. And I foresee it having a very bright future if they keep it up and keep the content flowing for the players. It is very satisfying of a game to play, and it is a great game to chill out on and get absorbed with the world and all of its stories. So let me know what you think about the game in the comments down below, and if it is something you'd be interested in trying yourself. I 100% recommend it, especially right now, if you can get into the open or closed betas. 100% have it a try now. I imagine you have an absolutely great time right now, and then later on we'll see what they do with it, and hopefully it will go up from there. I'm really hopeful on this game. It has been so much fun, and yeah, well, let me know down below. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel for me. And well, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!
Wow. Like, this game definitely looks beautiful. I love the way like housing works and how you can like cook stuff together and cut trees together with friends. Because usually my experience in MMOs is, because this was actually surprising when I saw like 3 players cut down a tree together, like they were chopping it like crazy. Like usually in MMOs, it's 1 player per node or per tree or herb or something, or if there's like cooking going on. But in this game, that's like the first MMO I've seen, as far as I remember, where like multiple players can farm the same node or whatever it is. That's interesting. And I love the graphics. It gives you like Fortnite vibes. It really looks like Fortnite, like the character models even, like the landscape. But I wonder like how is combat in this game? Like we haven't seen combat here, right? There were like no dungeons. There's no PvP that is shown. Is there even PvP? Like if you guys know more, let me know. Is there PvP in Palia? I love the look of it. I'm a bit concerned about the cash shop because it's free to play and I don't have good experiences with free to play games. They're usually very kind of like restrictive. Like how would I describe it? It's like you're playing a demo game. Like not the full game, but like a demo kind of, right? Because you have like certain things that you want to do and you need to spend cash to even get there, like way faster, or to even get to this point. Like, yeah, I hope there's nothing going to be added to the cash shop that makes your character stronger, because so far they're only like outfits, right? So if it stays like that, it's alright, I guess. Like, then I would say it's worth playing, perhaps. I haven't seen much of combat yet, so there's still a question mark. But look-wise, the way like crafting works in this game, I love how it actually is with like the plants that you're growing. If you're growing crops there, you have to manually do it. There's an animation to it. It's not just you press on it and then there's like a timer starting. So this is really good. Looks pretty. I would definitely try out this game and see how it is. Yeah. If you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time.